Welcome to Life with the Merinos. We wanted to chat a little bit today about something that has been a huge game changer for us in like health and wellness. I don't know about you guys, but I am in my 40s now. We're both in our 40s and just really trying to be a little bit more intentional about what we are doing with our health. We travel full times. We had gained some lbs, and we're just really looking for a way to get healthier, get more energized. I mean, when you're stepping out into whatever it is that God has called you to do, you really have to be sure that you are healthy, that you are energized, that you can, see this through. And so when we came across these natural bioactive peptides, I was just so excited when God actually led us to this space. And so I really feel like kind of obligated to share this with people because I think it is so important as believers, especially, but for anyone to really make sure that you are optimizing your health so that you can do the things that you are called to do.
It's so important, right? Because I've been both healthy and sick, and when you're in that sick phase or unhealthy phase, just doing daily things could be exhausting mentally, physically, like even your emotions get jacked. So it's so important to get dialed in, and I think we're called to do that. And once you're there, you're like, oh, okay, this is really good. Okay, yeah, we need to make this hit. The other thing too is your fitness, your body, your health is the one thing that you're going to carry with you everywhere that you go, right? So like you might have somebody walk in the room that's broke, somebody that walks in the room and they're in extreme debt. You might have somebody that walks in the room, they're a millionaire, someone else that walks in the room and they're a billionaire, and you may not be able to tell the difference. Whereas you walk in and you're fit, there is now a different level of admiration. There's a different level of respect because this person has this discipline. This person, if they take care of their body, then and that's all you look at somebody and you can tell that they take care of their body, then likely they're taking care of the other areas of their life as well. And so it's so important as business owners, as Christians, that you treat the body like a temple. You only get one.
For sure. All right, so let's dive into it. So what are bioactive precision peptides? So when I first started learning about this, I was at first a little hesitant because I was like, that sounds like a pharmaceutical. I was like, I mean, bioactive, I guess that kind of means from nature. But I remember when God led me to this space and I was like, wait a second, but you know how much of a stickler I am about ingredients. Like the ingredient list hadn't even come out yet at that point. And then when it did, and when I started learning really the science behind this, I was honestly blown away because the difference between like supplements or pharmaceuticals and then bioactive precision peptides is it's kind of that middle ground where it's like a nutraceutical, but then also it's way different than just dumping supplements into your body and hoping that it does what you want it to do. And then also hoping that your body doesn't stop producing that nutrient because you're dumping it into there. And so what I love about these is they're actually cell communicators. So they're actually telling your body, do this, do that, like burn fat, give me focus, like energize on a cellular level, heal the adrenals, increase NAD plus levels, and all of these things. And so that is really why I was so excited about taking these and trying them out.
Yeah, and like I didn't even really know what a peptide was, and I think a lot of people don't. And if you have heard that buzzword, it's more the injectable, lab created synthetic kind of peptide, which likely do have their place. We're just not a big fan of drugs or synthetic chemicals in our bodies.
Needles,
Or needle. Yeah, definitely not needles. I'm the worst one when it comes to that.
Those.
So there's no way I'm injecting myself with things. But These are different. These are different. They're you take them and they're digested through the gut. And you're right. They do cell communication, and it's never really realized what exactly is it, because if it's not a drug, you like, what is it? So long story short, there's amino acids, and then there's more than one amino acid put together is a peptide, and then 50 or more peptides put together or amino acids, you get a protein. So we were talking about cell communicators. So your DNA, that double helix, has basically in it the instructions on how to handle amino acids, peptides, and proteins. And so your DNA is what is kind of the instruction manual on how to handle all those.
Yeah. And also the peptides, we like have peptides in our body. And so when you put a peptide into your body, it actually knows how to handle it. It knows like how to communicate with it because we already have peptides and we have the receptors to accept those and know what to do with them. And so what do these peptides do? So let's kind of get into it. And overall, they can do a lot of different things, but we actually are partnered with a peptide company that God has allowed us to help launch. And we have 6 products that we've started with. And so 4 of them actually have the peptides in them. The first, and kind of the superhero of the bunch, I think, is called Fit. And Fit is really designed to target and help your body with recovery, to help with protein synthesis, to help with boosting metabolism, and also increasing those NAD plus levels. And so I feel like that's almost like a buzzword lately. It's kind of like trending, and I keep hearing about it. The thing is a lot of the supplements that have NAD in them are putting NAD into your body. But if you're putting something into your body that your body naturally creates, you actually can make your body stop producing it. And so what I love about this is it actually tells your body to increase the NAD plus levels.
It's a big difference.
Which is huge.
Yeah.
But also NAD plus levels are such a buzzword because they do so many things. Yeah. It helps lower inflammation. It helps with cognitive support. It's like anti-aging. Like my hair's gotten thicker. It helps to build muscle. It helps to, gosh, there's like a long list of things. So I'll put a little bit of a list on here just so you can kind of see.
You are looking pretty good.
But I love Fit because it is such a game changer. It's helped with my energy. It's helped along with Lean, which he'll talk about in a minute, to help me to lose 17 inches overall and 14 pounds. And this is like after putting on a bunch of weight, traveling, and also being in perimenopause and trying literally all the things I could get my hands on, homeopathic stuff and supplements and all the different things along with, diet and exercise. And still the scale was going the wrong direction. And so it's definitely been a game changer for me.
Yeah. So I'm in what's called perimenopause. At age 45. So things just don't quite work as well as they used to. Metabolisms and all those things weren't quite there. But the Lean was such a game changer. So the Lean does 6 main things, and I want to walk through these. So it does the gut-brain communication. It's going to help control your appetite by managing the signals between your gut and your brain, right? So some people call our gut like our second brain, or if you're a guy, third brain. And so basically what it's going to do is tell your brain hunger or not. It's going to also regulate ghrelin, which makes you feel hungry, and leptin, which makes you feel full. So it's crazy how it's literally like flipping that switch on those items. It's going to help balance your appetite there. And I really, really noticed this when I took it. Now, everybody's a little bit different. I'm a big fan of fasting, intermittent fasting, and all that for healing and whatnot. The jury's still out there long term on what you want to do. But I think as a short term thing, it really helped control my hunger, control my cravings. and allowed me to fast a while so that I could, and just intermittent, just basically eating, kind of skipping breakfast, going through. And what it did is it really helped my body get rid of the junk, inflammation, the gut like build up over time. And I remember just this feeling of, if you've ever done this for a while, you'll notice that like after a while, you're like, it feels better to not be full all the time, because I was just constantly eating all of the time. And so now it was like, okay, this feels better for my body, my stomach to be a little bit empty, the inflammation to be down and all that, these signals all working. It meaning the fat storage signals, which is number three, reduces signals that tell your body to store fat. So instead of piling that fat on, it's like, whoa, let's let this roll. And then same thing with fat breakdown. It's going to boost the release of free fatty acids, which are the building blocks, make it easier to burn fat. I definitely noticed this. I lost 30 pounds in 60 days. That's not typical results that you would get. But it's possible. I think normal results from what we see for a lot of people, 5 to 10 pounds, maybe a month, maybe less. It depends. Everybody's body's so different,
What it
right?
comes down to too is like, because these are cell communicators, they're going to target whatever the priority is. And so if you have a lot of inflammation, if you have maybe even if you've really restricted your diet a lot for a long period of time, there's a lot of healing that needs to get done in there before it's like letting go of fat. And your body needs also, like, personally, I also had to lower my cholesterol levels, or not cholesterol, cortisol levels. And I'll talk about that in a minute, because that made a big difference for me, because my cortisol levels were way too high to like even start releasing that fat.
The two last things that it does is really helps with your heart health. It inhibits PDE3, which helps your heart grow stronger. And then it also, the energy molecule, it helps increase levels of CAMP, which plays a role in energy production and fat breakdown. So it's basically going to cravings, help with hunger, and then control the releasing of fat, the storing of fat, and then allow your body to use that fat more as energy, all in this little pill, which is crazy how
Yeah,
that even occurs.
it's
So
awesome.
all natural stuff too. So
Yeah, so those are great. And actually, one of the other partners to that works really well, especially if you struggle with energy or your adrenals, is called Energized. And Energized has been a game changer for me, because not only, first off, it's like a super tasty drink. It's blue, it's made with blue spirulina, which is so good for you. And it is also so good for adrenal health. And I struggled with adrenal fatigue and autoimmune issues over the years. I've healed a lot of that, but the adrenal fatigue, especially with like full-time travel and entrepreneurship and five boys, like it can be a little crazy. And so that has been absolutely incredible. I've been able to quit caffeine, coffee,
she did.
and actually coffee for me has always been something that I love it. I love the taste of it. I love everything about it, but it does not love me. It gives me the jitters. I get anxious. I have a crash, and then I'm tired. And so it actually doesn't work very well for me. And caffeine in general, I usually have kind of a hard time with. What I love about this is it is made with the coffee fruit berry extract, but that is a natural caffeine. And so it's like a calm energy, no jitters, no crash. And it actually helps to heal your adrenals because of the peptides and stuff in there. The other things that helps with too is increasing serotonin and dopamine, helping with stress levels. And so overall, it really energizes like on a cellular level. And so I love that. And those three together are like our power trio. And I love them. I honestly, I have more energy now than I did in my 30s. I really do.
It's true. It's true. Yeah. Should we talk about hydrated?
Yeah, or focused.
Either one.
Maybe focused. Then we can get the four peptides out of the way.
Okay. So focused is one of my favorites here, and it a lot of people don't talk about it because it's like not as sexy as losing weight and gaining muscle.
Sure.
But out of all of the peptides, like, and we're running low, I'm like, you better get focused because if you don't get that, I'm gonna freak out. And so,
We're out right now too. So
and
he's been freaking
and
out.
so the reason why is because I have some ADD going on, not ADHD, but a little bit of ADD going on. And one of our kids has ADHD with a capital H. And so we did talk to our doctor, but we've even allowed him to try these. And we've seen an incredible difference in his behavior, where he's a lot more level headed, where he's
Yeah.
not going to like, he's not jumping off the couches. He's not having these crazy emotions. A lot of times there's a lot of emotions, high peaks and low
Like
valleys,
sensory stuff too.
sensory stuff.
Yeah.
And he has not had those as often when he's on focus. I notice a tremendous amount of difference when I'm on the focus, and so I'll go over a couple of things that it does. It enhances the cognitive performance, so just the way that your brain is working. This is ginkgo biloba,
Yes.
ginkgo peptides.
Yeah.
So it's taking those peptide form, getting them in there. It's going to decrease brain fog, mental clarity. It helps with long-term and short-term memory. It also does something that they didn't know at first when they were kind of putting this all together. It helps your body handle blue light exposure.
Yeah.
So there's so much data and science on blue light from our phones, our computers, especially at night. Like, oh, you got to turn all the screens off or have no blue lights. Couple hours before bed. People will even have blue light glasses where it will block the blue light and do that. So obviously it's important. And so these are going to help with that as well. It also helps the cell membrane health and neuroplasticity, which is going to be helping your brain to form new neural pathways. It's possible. It's kind of like when you're doing anything new again, it's like you got to kind of break through that threshold. And this is going to help you really push through that, stay focused and hammer through and align that and allow your brain to mold those new neural pathways. Great for ADHD, great for like if you got stuff to get done
Yeah.
in the day, like you want to grab one of these first thing, half hour, hour beforehand, and you will absolutely be able to crush it. Clarity, drive, alertness, all of those things. And it's like, who doesn't want their brain to work better?
Seriously.
Right? Like that's like one of the biggest things that you can possibly do is like, of course we want our bodies to be functioning properly. We want to be able to lift heavy things. But if your brain is not working, like you ever like have like really bad brain fog. Like I've never been pregnant, but that happens, right? Like there's like brain fog, like
Mom brain and
mom
even
brain.
like in perimenopause, like I like all of a sudden I was like, I think I have ADHD or ADD or something. And so it's made a huge difference for
Like
me. It's like so good.
I think of it as like you get like really hungover where your brain is just like not working, and it's like this is like the anti. Like
That feels
I
like.
never we gotta try that sometime. Figure out how that works. But increases blood flow, nutrient delivery to the brain. So it's like all of these things are so important. And I'm like I've got a secret little packet of focused left that
Yeah.
I'm like I would
It's
take a
okay.
little one or two.
Same thing with
Oh,
calm. I had
dude,
a couple of hidden calms for a while there.
need these things because especially dude, if you're a business owner, you're talking to customers, like you want to be sharp, you want to be on it, and that translates, to the end user. So So yeah, man, just a huge supporter of focused.
Yeah. Yeah. So those are the four peptides. Now we also have two supporting products that are absolutely amazing. Calm is one of them. It is like my favorite. So Calm is actually like a little packet. You take it like a pixie stick and it's
Pretty
what is
good.
it? Like a citrus lime, like oh it's so good. I love it. And it has been a game changer for me. Like my cortisol levels and my stress levels have been probably high most of my life. I feel like I've been in fight or flight mode for pretty much as long as I can remember. And so it wasn't until I started taking these and I was on them for a couple of days that all of a sudden I was like, wait, this is what people feel like. Like I normally am trying to just keep myself calm and like just act calm, right? But here I actually finally felt like just a decrease in stress in such a way that like I'd never even felt before. Like I really never. Except for maybe when I was like numbing out on things I shouldn't be doing when I was like in my teens.
When and we had twins. If you've ever had twins, you know what fight or flight mode is like.
That's true.
It is like, dude, wild.
But
So yeah.
honestly, it is such a game changer, not only for that, but for sleep. I was waking up in the middle of the night, I think because of perimenopause and hormonal stuff. But this really helps to balance your hormones, helps to lower the cortisol, which also helps with belly fat, and also helps your body to release fat better because when you're stressed, your body is not going to release fat.
Your
So that's
body.
another
Yeah.
part of that too. But just in general, it has really helped me to like shut the brain off at night and go to sleep. It's been amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I do really love the calm. I don't have a problem going to sleep. I'll at 9 o'clock, like I'm gonna be done. Yeah, I'm gonna be done. I'll need an energize that night in order to talk with her. She keeps it going. So but I do really if I am stressed though,
Yeah.
so I don't really need it to sleep, but if I had a stressful day or I had stressful events, that will kind of level me out. And it's one of those things that like I take it, it tastes good, so it's kind of part of the reason why I take it. I'll take it, and I'll even forget that I had taken it. I'm like, yeah, kind of chill, and you
Yeah.
kind of realize that, it is working. But I really want to talk to you about hydrated, too. So, hydrated, um, dude, your body's not operating properly if you're not hydrated. Like your brain is not working, the things that you're eating are not being metabolized properly, like all your gut health, right? Like all of the things are not going to work if you're not hydrated. So it's like so important to be hydrated. And so it was kind of funny because like I was even asking her because we got these products and we got hydrated, and I'm like, how do you even know if you're hydrated? Like, how do you know where, like, what do you know? And she's
Like
like, how do you measure hydration? Right. Like, how do you know if it's working? And I'll put a pickup here to show you where my levels were and how far up they came and how dehydrated I was and how far we raised those levels. It was crazy because we were like, if we didn't have a way to measure it, it's like it's kind of hard to tell. Like, are my lips chapped? Like how am I feeling my skin?
Hydrated. We ran out of that too.
You may or may not know like right away if it's working or whatever. It's one of those like kind of subtle things that's like working in the background. But if you're really not paying attention to it, being hydrated is one of those things, which is why most people are like running around chronically dehydrated because you really don't know.
Yeah.
There's really no measurement. Obviously you put on 10 pounds, you step on the scale, like, right? Like you can feel it with hydration. Like you can have symptoms. Maybe there's a headache, maybe there's things going on, but it's not as clear. And so we got a scale. We should put the link in there or something. There's a scale that measures all of the data, and one of them is body water saturation in your body. And it was able to tell us like, hey, here's our baseline, started taking it, and you just see the chart just skyrocket.
Yeah.
So if you're dehydrated, yeah. And if you're dehydrated, like what do you do? Like if you're dehydrated and you go to the hospital, what do? So they give you an IV, right? So they put in an IV, they put water and sodium chloride, which is salt. Salt water is what they put into your bloodstream. So it's important that there be some sort of a sodium. So this particular product has salt from the Great Salt Lake. So this is not, some Chinese salt. This is not salt from some place that it's not lab created sodium chloride that's much cheaper. This is like real salt from a real place, like really taken care of and put into the product. And it's top-notch stuff. And it's got glycine in it, which is going to help the sodium and the nutrients enter the cell membranes. And
Which also helps get the peptides into the
it's the
cells.
peptides in.
Without the hydration, you're almost taking a peptide and it's hitting a brick wall.
Totally,
So
totally.
really important to be hydrated
And
with any supplements too.
yeah. And we spent a lot of time in Southeast Asia, and I've been a firm believer of this, that like the most one of the most hydrating things that you can do is, especially if you're out there and you're in the jungle like we were and everything, is coconuts. Coconut water is like, that's like one of the greatest things that you could put in your body for hydration. I think my favorite drink of all time, like if I could only have one more drink for the rest of my life, it would be that pink coconut water, dude.
What is it? Harmless Harvest?
Oh, that is so good.
Straight out of the coconut.
So good.
I had so many coconuts when we were in Thailand.
Everywhere we went, they got coconuts. Get a coconut out here with the straw. Oh man, the coconut water. And so
everybody else getting cocktails. I'm like, give me my coconut.
get the coconut, and the thing is there's coconut water powder in this hydration peptide. So or not peptide, but this hydration drink. Yeah. It's in there. It's got similar pH levels to your body's blood and everything. So it's just going to really help.
It's grapefruit flavored. So
it's so
very
good.
tasty.
I love it.
Yeah.
It really is so tasty.
It's
we
good.
need to get more of that stuff.
We're in Peru right now.
We're in Peru. So we can't order peptides right now.
But we'll be back in 20 days. Can you believe that? We got 20 days left. Crazy. We've been in South America for 4 months, almost 4.5 months. But anyways, it's been great. So these are the 6 products. So if you are interested, you want to get more info on these peptides, check out the clinicals. This is very, very well studied. So part of the thing that is really cool about this is they actually built this AI machine to figure out where in the plant or where in nature they could find these peptides and how to extract them without damaging them, and to make sure that they could get through the gut. And so that is one of the things that I think is absolutely incredible about this, because they really had put in 10 years of research,
an incredible amount of work. Incredible amount of work.
Really, this is like, it's really like a huge breakthrough in the health and wellness industry. And I'm so excited because we're just getting started. Like, we've got some things coming up that are going to blow you away. Yeah. So if you would like some more information, we will pop some links here below. Feel free to reach out to either of us on either Facebook, Jay Marino, Janine D Marino, or on Instagram. We've got Life with the Marinos on Instagram as well. And we'll be happy to get you some more information, and we'll pop the link here to order as well. Anything else you'd like to add? No, I think that's good. I think you hit it all.